Can you hear me, Mel?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm a little groggy, so
Just wake up.
nope. The opposite. I didn't get a nap.
Neither did I.
Yeah, so you know how I feel.
Yep. I'm debating whether or not I should go get me some coffee.
I would. That would be my recommendation. If only, if only because like I'm struggling and I don't even have coffee or any caffeine of that kind. So another update. All right, stop that. I'm not downloading a whole gigabyte of shit. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta reset my Discord. All right. Sorry, I just wanted to reset my Discord just in case.
Yeah.
I was getting some weird stuff
I saw
going
that
on.
that thing you just retweeted about Aya Hirano.
Oh yeah, I was just think, uh, I was thinking about that earlier, like before I posted that. I was like wondering, is like because we had talked about it like before,
Uh
like
huh.
on stream example. So it's like I'm just thinking to myself because her agency, I don't know what it was. Like after that, like that's I guess we could call it a set scandal, even though I don't think it was a scandal at all. It just was a shitty situation. So I kind of just wondered to myself, is like you think to yourself, it's like, is it hard to go into agencies or just to be independent in Japan, like as a VO? So
Probably.
so technically, I wasn't really thinking about her. I was just thinking about like voice actors in Japan, like seiyus in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wondered about that, and then when I saw that, it's like it kind of just made me laugh. It's like it felt like, well, someone is listening to me, aren't they?
Well, she already has her next project lined up, although it's a
Yeah,
small one.
yeah. I just saw your tweet right now.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I wish her the best. All right, let me get into character here. Who am I up for this time around? 32 characters. I can't decide between any of them.
Hmm.
All right, I got it. I'll build a room just for the two of us. We'll just do match play, just kind of like get our bearings here, and then as people cycle in, we'll deal them in. And with match play, it'll be easy for us to kind of like just kind of quit, or for it to be like kind of short too.
Sure. I need to adjust something. Let's see.
A little bit. All right, room's open, so feel free to get in when you can if you want to.
Yep. Joining now.
Mm. I just thought about this, like with Aya Hirano. I
Uh
was
huh.
thinking to myself, it's like to myself, this is really mostly a joke, but like I was thinking to myself, if there's more Haruhi projects, does that mean she can't come back just because of like later, like labor unions and agencies and things like that? It's just something I thought about because it's something that happens here in the United States all the time. So
I don't
that's
know.
mostly a joke because like I don't think we're gonna get any more. Uh, we
I
might.
think she's popular and big enough to where she can probably still function without her agency. I mean,
I,
sure, like her agency's gonna cock block her on certain projects, but I mean, I think she'll do fine for herself.
I think she'll do fine personally too. Like I don't really see her having a problem in the future. It was something I thought about. I was like, man, look at her mouth.
Mm.
Hole one. It's a par
Am I
four.
up? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think she'll be fine. So nothing really to worry about, really. It was just something. It was just mostly a joke, because Haruhi fans are still waiting for Haruhi Suzumiya to come back in some form or fashion again. They don't care how or what it is. So it's just kind of funny. So it's just a funny joke that I thought about right now. So anyway, how's your week, man? I gotta get your screen.
Amazing.
Better than yours. I'm not baking in the sun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like literally, it's literally been an absolutely miserable week.
Yeah,
Like
it's been in terms of temperature, it's been pretty decent over here. I think like today was like the highest it got, which was like 93, I think, or maybe that was yesterday.
oh 93.
Yeah, I could actually ride down or ride with the windows down in my car
Cool.
and
Alrighty.
not really worry about anything.
Wow.
Like the last, I think like as early as like Wednesday, maybe even Tuesday. Tuesday, I think
Hmm.
it's been. We've had triple digit numbers, and it's not been cooler than 105.
Yeah, it's supposed to continue next week, right?
I'm looking at my 7-day, my 10-day forecast, and the answer is yes.
Mm. Yeah, that sounds
And
miserable.
well, here's the really miserable part. It's been hot before, sure, like, and that sucks too. But the real problem is the fact that
Okay.
what the real
Whoa.
problem is that it's
Nice.
hot during the
Hold the
day,
birdie.
but it's also hot during the night. So I can't. So I open my windows. It's still like 90 degrees outside.
Oh yeah,
That's all.
trust me. I know that feeling. I used to live in Orlando.
Yeah,
This is for a
and
draw.
my home is not very well insulated, very well. So air conditioning pricing is not the best in the world.
There it is.
Yeah, granted, me and my roommate, we basically keep the AC on blast all day long, nonstop.
Yeah,
And
but I
like our,
imagine it.
go ahead.
But I imagine it's like not even like
Hold it two.
it's a studio.
It's
It's an apartment building, so you're not cooling a two-story house.
Yeah, yeah, but like yeah, our electricity bill went up mainly because energy prices have just gone up in general.
Yeah, well, everything's gone up in
Yeah.
general, but energy prices in general, yeah, have been like on the rise, like
You
astronomical.
Yep.
It's gotten to a point where like California issued a statement to people who have electric cars saying like, don't try not to charge your car.
Or use up a bunch of water.
Well, that's been an ongoing problem.
Yeah. Ah, fucking rock. It's always the rock.
It's always that one on this course, yeah. I tend to use water bottles to kind of like store water, but on top of that, like I use water bottles to basically freeze up, and then I cuddle it throughout the course of the day. Because it's just much more feasible.
Whatever you gotta do to survive, because that's basically what you're doing at this point.
Could
Surviving.
make a birdie.
Yeah.
Don't rush.
Unfortunately, it's gonna be like that on my birthday, and I'm gonna say to myself, "Well, I guess I'm not gonna do anything during the day."
Yeah, neither am I. My birthday's Sunday. I haven't done. Haven't really
These
done
shots
shit
kinda
ever
win it.
since COVID started.
Want to take it?
But I'm fine with that. I'm pretty much a homebody. I prefer to stay at home anyways. COVID just gave me the excuse to do it officially.
Damn it! Well, I shot that one off.
This is for the win.
GG's.
A birdie.
Mention that one. Now I gotta just maintain this lead for like 6 holes,
Yeah,
7 holes.
7 holes.
Hole 3. It's a par 5.
Okay, for a minute there I thought I was gonna mess that one up. Now here comes the 50-50 part. Okay, good. I made it over the sand traps. That's the one I'm always worried about. So what's happening with Isekai Grandpa or Uncle, whatever it's called?
I
haven't been wa-
Uncle. So basically, it's going on another hiatus, mainly because they just don't have the staff to animate the next episode.
So
It's-
animators,
and
are,
Nice shot.
What's that?
animators are finally quitting, saying like we can't do it.
It's a combination of both COVID on the rise and then also them not being able to find enough labor to actually to fill in those positions where people call out sick. So like the animation industry is literally eating itself alive at this point. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. It's basically they don't have enough labor to animate the next episode, and it's only going to get worse from here on out.
Yeah. I think it was like earlier this year. It might have been late last year. I remember Katakawa. Was it Katakawa Shoten? It might have been Katakawa, but basically what happened was they were saying like going forward they wanted to animate 40 shows in a year at any given time. And we were all saying like there's not enough animators in Japan who are alive that are going to be able to do that. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice shot.
Well, I mean, and this started way before COVID was a thing. It's just that COVID exacerbated this. I mean, they were already shipping a lot of their animation work to outside sources,
In the
anyways.
hole.
Breaks to the right.
Yeah, that definitely is a case in point too.
Yeah, like whenever me and my friend each week, whenever we watch, each week's the anime for the week that we have stockpiled, like we always notice that if you watch the ending credits, you'll always see
Too bad.
I guess for lack of a better term, like foreign names on the
These
credits.
shots
So
can
like
win
you'll
it.
see a lot of Japanese, not Japanese, like Korean and Chinese credits at the end
Yeah.
credits.
Because they're all completely different
Yeah.
a lot of times. So, because they like usually these days companies don't bother translating. Wow.
Nice, very nice.
I wish I could rewind that because it was basically showing it from my perspective.
But yeah,
Time to button down.
another
There we
thing
go.
that whether or not you pay
Hold
attention to, like
It's a
another thing
par
that,
four.
that that I noticed is that there's a lot more other Japanese studios in the end credits because they collab with each other these days and help out with the in betweens and stuff.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh hey boss, how are you doing?
Doing great. Had a great last night.
Oh, how was it? I mean, what was so great? about it?
Went and saw Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Strokes, and that it ruled.
They're still performing, huh?
Yeah, it's sold out an NFL stadium. Yes, and I got pretty much free tickets. So
Nice.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
oh
were
yeah,
still...
they just came out with an album earlier this year, and they're coming out with another album in like October. So they're definitely still going.
Well, they got a tour because that's the only way they make money, right?
Oh yeah, that's where most artists make their money.
Yeah.
They don't make it off of music because nobody buys music.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I remember, I like the way how the music industry works. Like, all the music that's owned by the record label, right?
Yeah, pretty much, unless you got like a sweet deal.
Yeah. So, like, every time they put out an album, the music company basically gets most of the money.
Yeah.
And touring is where the artists all make their money because that's something they do on their own.
Yep. It's always been like that, as far as I know. Or as long as I've been alive, it's always been like that.
It's always been like that. I learned about that around like when Bohemian Rhapsody came out, like the movie. Like I saw a documentary about like basically the band Queen, and I learned that little fact is like, that seems really odd. That seems really shitty. I almost couldn't believe it, but then I thought to myself, well, that kind of doesn't surprise at the end of the day if you really think about it. Like,
Nice approach.
but in any case, we're
You can do
just
this.
having a stroke match here.
Oh, you're having a stroke.
No, I'm sorry. We're having like a duel basically.
That's fine.
We can end it here if you want, and then
That's
we can
fine.
we can deal Boston.
Really?
Yeah, whatever you guys thought. I was just getting done with
Just
food.
relax.
Relax.
No, we can do it because it really comes down to if I can actually like finish the match because I'm leading by 2. So if I get a third one, that'll decide it. There you go.
It's fun.
So how were they?
That's really fun. I mean, I was up in like the opposite end in the nosebleeds, but they had such a big sound system and huge, LED,
It's a
screens and
high
shit that, you can see it clearly from up there, because of that. So, yeah, it was really high energy. For their age, because they've been around a while, can still fucking go. Like, Flea is just like tearing it up on the bass and shit, and that's worth it alone.
I think this is going to be a terrible shot. And I'm right.
Water hazard.
Is it like the first time you're going to like a musical performance since COVID started?
Oh no, I've been to plenty. I went to like Rage Against the Machine like a month ago, like 3 weeks ago or some shit. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been to plenty, and I've been to plenty like hockey and sporting events. Like,
So good.
Well, clearly, yeah. I remember you
yeah.
going to like hockey.
I'm in the
matches
South.
here
Like
and there.
they barely had any restrictions anyway. So the second they lifted shit, it's like okay,
Careful of the gauge.
everybody's going to everything again.
It's funny. Like I can't even remember a time where it felt like that. It just
Right.
felt like It just felt like after like when COVID hit, after that
So
May
good.
of 2020,
Nice
everybody
shot.
just gave up. Just said like, "Fuck it, I don't care anymore."
Yeah,
That's
except
how
for
that-
sports
that's
like
just-
for the end that were going on, ending their seasons and stuff. Like, didn't have fans like the NBA, but and like hockey at the end of that season. But the next season they had fans, and that was just at the end of the year. So.
I know at a Cardinals. I know at a Royal and Cardinals game. Was it a
Right.
Royal? They used to have. You know how like they were doing like, hey, you could take a picture of yourself and we'll put you a standee. In
Right.
like in the stadium, somebody took Bernie from what was it from like a Night at Bernie's, the movie.
Oh right, yeah.
And just put him in the stand.
Shot.
So
I like how they did it in Japan, or I think it was Japan, that they just had like stuffed animals as the crowd.
Too bad.
for like baseball games and shit.
That's kind of cool. That's Yazi.
You guys, what's up? Sorry I'm late.
No, it's fine. Like, I figured you weren't going to show up just because of like family and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I thought I was gonna lose my room and stuff, but I guess I get to keep it, so I thought there's some errands to take care of, so. But I'm here.
I remember those days where family would come to visit, and
Careful of the
I would
gauge.
instantly get kicked out of my own room.
Yep, that I was the first one to get kicked out, but because I got older and everything, and my sleep apnea got worse, I'm like, I ain't fucking leaving. Kick my little sister out of her room instead. Or if there's too many people over, there's there's no other room available, I'll give mine up. But
Just relax.
I never
I'm not
had
gonna
to.
go out like that.
I never gave up my room, but there were times where I would have to share a room with a cousin and stuff like that. That was about as bad as it got.
This is for a job.
Yeah, me is most of my mom's side of the family. It's like, well, their whole family comes over. We still got extra rooms in the house, but thankfully it's not too. It's kind of rare for me to give up my room. So
We never had enough rooms. We just told everybody, go sleep
Skillful. Hold six.
in the hall.
It's a par four.
Something.
Yo,
go ahead, Ron. What's up?
I'm just popping in. I'm not gonna be on tonight. Just to let you guys know, I gotta leave, and I have to take something to a family town tonight. I forgot about, and so I'm not gonna be around.
All good, man. I'm not too much into the situation myself, so.
We appreciate
All right.
you showing up anyway.
Yeah. All right, peace out, y'all.
Thanks.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
We're almost
so
done, so.
Isekai Uncle is probably going the worst direction the 86 anime did.
We were just
Our
talking.
schedule was.
We were just talking about that like not even like 10 minutes ago. Like we were talking about like basically how the
Nice.
anime industry was basically folding in on itself at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Faster than before.
yeah, it's pretty much imploding at this point.
I mean, it was heading to that direction. We just COVID just exacerbated it more so.
Yeah, between COVID and their issues with labor, like it's like I would say we're gonna start seeing some, like in the fall. We're probably gonna start seeing like a lot of the shows get delayed or just outright canceled.
Yep, it depends on the studio and everything, because some studios do treat their people. Not too many of them, sadly, but a few do here and there.
Well, Isekai Uncle is an interesting one because Netflix has already gave him the money to do that show. So that'll be
Yeah, but the thing is, but I say it's still the production company itself that is still their their practices and stuff that's fucked up, right? The people like what's the
So
word? The
good.
contractor. Like, whatever.
I have to imagine that they're under contract to get that show out, and I'm interested in seeing what kind of solution they come up with. Not that we'll know the details or anything like that.
I mean, as I was saying, it's like I was worth 3 bronze coins. I'm like, that's pretty much what the animators are paid anyways.
God damn, I suck tonight.
Oh,
Yep, I'll join in a second. Just
you
put
can
up
do
my
this.
game. Gotta exit
You're
out.
okay. You can do this.
Oh, Battle Alliance, because that game's kicking my ass quite a bit. Alright. Yeah, I played a little bit of the Cowabunga collection. Have you, Mal?
No, I have not bought it yet. I currently do not have a reason to buy it. To be honest.
Oh, no, fair enough.
I eventually will. I don't have a reason.
Nice birdie.
No, probably
Like,
buy it. Yeah, maybe.
I kind of
40 bucks not bad
I kind of feel like people played Shredder's Revenge for like 2 weeks and then forgot that it existed.
This is true. Although in this game, there's like more bunch of games rather than just one.
And
Although
rollback for
only
tournament
about
fighters. So,
with rollback.
We're
Yeah.
we're
that,
about
that's the only reason I'm considering actually picking it up is for tournament fighters.
I'll probably try it out too. I've only played the original arcade game on there and still, so.
I mean, the only reason I feel like I would want to buy it is if I want to relive some nightmares with that underwater level.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you talking about the NES one or
yeah,
which
the
one?
NES one.
Oh, the NES. Ooh, yeah, I've seen that shit.
Which
That's
is what-
awful.
which is
Oh
one
yeah,
of
I
the
had that as a kid. I could never get past like barely the second level.
yeah.
They fixed that in the European, really, but not the American one. I'm wondering if the Cowabunga collection probably fixed that.
I remember
Seems
I had a
good.
babysitter and we had that game and we had an NES and we would like basically work as a team trying to get through that level. We never did it.
Is it possible to do it, or was it
It's
bugged?
It is.
it's possible.
It
It's
can be
just
beaten.
stupid. It's just
Okay.
stupid.
It's just people say that it's hard because it's an old game, but it was a poorly designed game, which makes it hard.
That's what I say. Yes, I looked at. I was watching some videos and everything. I was like some of the history of the Turtles game, but the U.S. version of that release, there was like a bug where they did not program in that jump properly, where they fixed in the European version. So hopefully the Cowabunga collection probably did too. So I'll play at some point, but I don't think I'm interested in playing any of those Game Boy games.
I like the third one. The third one's
Which one? The third Game Boy one?
yeah, the third Game Boy one is more Metroidvania, like you're trying to rescue all the rest of the turtles.
Oh yeah. That's the one. If one of them,
That's the one I
characters
remember
dies,
playing.
that to get captured. Yeah, that one looks decent. Oh, but it's made by Konami, so the Castlevania thing is in there. So
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool. I mean, outside of these games, there's like no other good Turtles games left. All the best ones are here now.
Yeah,
was
but
trying to remember-
I got too many video game shit that I have to buy. Like a new expansion for Aliens Fireteam came out. My PS Plus subscription expired yesterday, so I had to re-up that. Then there's the Cowabunga collection,
Which we thank you for.
and then there was something else too that I had on my list that I needed to get. So I'm kind of just like I'm kind of like pacing myself with all the shit that I want to buy.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I got Legend of Heroes Trails of Zero coming out next month. Well, I think that's the only game coming out next. Oh, sorry, this month. When I say it's already September, and don't think there's anything else coming out for the rest of the year, games wise. Because let me check.
Main one for me is coming out next week, and they just announced it this week that it was coming out. But Rocksmith Plus is coming out next week. Rocksmith Plus, it's like you use a real guitar, and it's like Rock Band type game. But this is the one that's like the monthly subscription one. But it's gonna, like. You can look up the songs, but it's like got a shitload of songs because they did the kind of streaming service deal where they just got to deal with a record label, so they have like a whole bunch of stuff from a lot of people you don't know type more thing. Even though the regions are different.
Room's open for everybody.
Okay. Because everybody's like, "Where's Metallica?" And it's like, well, if you're in Europe, you can get it because that's on Stranger Things, and that's on there.
Funny.
Oh yeah,
I was
Yes,
trying to
there is
remember, like just on this turtles thing, with the underwater level as I was talking about. I just wanted to bring this up. You guys all have seen The Wizard, right?
Yes.
Yep.
There is a moment in the movie where, like, it's a montage movie of like him playing a bunch of games. He plays the underwater level and he's actually beating it. Just, I always flash to that moment because I say like, well, that's pure fiction right there. That's what I always felt like. But in any case, you were saying, Yazzie?
no, I was gonna say the East 8, the PS5 is coming out, so I'm gonna pick that up, the port. So
It's time.
Dana Deluxe Edition.
Yeah. I mean, that's
It's only
basically
$40. I can't complain at that price.
that's basically the definitive version now at this point. If you want
All the DLC. Yep. Yep, and just for the hell of it, I'm getting the Genesis Mini too. Some games on that I want to play, so.
I'm waiting for the game to load Mao in.
Okay, y'all keep kicking the poor man down.
I ain't saying anything. It's mostly Dollar and Enron to do it.
That's okay.
It's just one. It's one of those things where it's like, well, I
Hold
accidentally pressed
It's
the
par four.
X button,
Uh-huh.
which basically loads me in faster. But because it's waiting on you, I have to wait. But it eats into my time, which is why I always end up with like a yellow bar of time, as opposed to a
Well-
green one.
All I was trying to say is that
All right.
you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and not the poor.
Uh-huh.
Well, the
That's
difference.
Joe matching.
Well, the difference is he doesn't have to do that because he doesn't live in fucking Canada or any part of the Europe. Or because our American currency is still really good to the point that we don't have to do price changing over here for the PlayStation 5.
I was gonna say the yen is finally going down again, right? I know it's pretty strong.
No, it's been,
No,
it's been going down for like months.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
think-
know what it was. I think it was like earlier this
I
year,
think it's
maybe
like
that was like a little too strong.
Currently, it's you can get 140 yen for every dollar. I think that's what I saw today.
Yeah.
Oh, was it last year the yen was going pretty strong? I think kind of messing things up. I think, or I could be wrong.
Last year was pretty. It was still fairly strong. The yen.
That's probably what I was thinking about. With
It wasn't until after the Ukrainian war started that it dropped like a motherfucker.
That's what it was. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because I was watching the currency because I was watching something on on a particular website, and they do real time currency conversion if you wanted to import something, and I just sat there and watched the yen just drop like a rock.
I'm curious. I mean, outside the dollar, which you're finally picked up, almost everything else dropped because of the Ukraine war,
Give it a
right?
good shunt.
Currency wise.
Currency wise, yes. A lot of things still went up in price though. Like wheat.
Yep, that part I understand. I'm talking about just the
What's the power
currency.
gauge?
I think every stock market was affected by it. So. Oh yeah, I forgot Kamen Rider Cougar's coming out on Blu-ray. Got my pre-order
Whoops.
Kuga.
this month.
No. Oh no.
Is it Kuga or Cougar?
Give it a good shunt.
Kuuga. Cougar.
Okay. So it's basically the same thing.
Pretty much.
Mal will not
He
get
does.
that.
He does
Now-
use a Luger, I think, in an episode.
Mal is the only one that would ever get that joke.
Highest Mel will
Yom-
get it if he was
You're
there.
talking about Yoma?
Yuma.
Or Yuma.
Yeah.
Yuma.
Because there's that one chapter where they one of the characters just refers to him as Cougar,
Cougar.
because
Yeah.
he has all these dumb names for all the characters in their organization.
Yeah. Good work.
What's this?
I'm just glad it's probably getting a U.S. release. Cause it's probably one of my favorite Kamen Rider shows. Probably my introduction to the franchise.
What is this, boss? The R878. Okay, it's the Gundam. Okay, what show is this? What show or game or whatever is this from?
This some kind of like fan thing?
Is this like a new version of Mugen? Mugen fighting?
No, I don't think it's that. I have no idea what this is. That gun is in an awkward pose.
Looks like some kind of mobile game.
Or some kind of fan-made game. Because I see but Jason's on it for Friday the 13th. And
Oh, I was muted.
Hollywood Hogan.
Never mind. No, that's a mod of Guitar Hero World Tour Definitive Edition, and it's really easy to mod. People have figured out to mod shit into it, but
say,
they
wasn't it-
do the animations like they would do in game. So I've had
Just relax.
my Gundam on guitar, and Scott Hall is the singer, and all this wacky shit. Because you can just set that. That's the best way to set it, is set your band in line.
I will personally put the Extreme Gundam in there because that's the one that has a beam rifle guitar.
Birdie chance here.
That would be fun.
Oh, it's a legit thing. It's also voiced by Gact in the Gundam Versus games.
A birdie. It's all good. Nice birdie.
Oh, shit. Okay, I was just wondering for a while because this one's I think somebody posted this last year with Neko Arc.
Oh, I just posted that last week. Yeah, you're all
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about NECA arcs in every game in the game. And like, well, NECA arcs in this too, if you want like NECA arc on bass or like drums or whatever. NECA arc singing and.
Okay.
So Witcher Mercury is officially out on Gundam Info, so get your tears out.
I haven't watched it yet, just because I've been miserable. So
It's been a miserable work week for me. But thankfully it's a long weekend. Plus I took Tuesday off, so every time there's like an extended, long weekend, I like to take an extra day off just to enjoy it a little bit more.
Portal 2. It's a par 4.
Yeah.
how was the weather up there in Wisconsin?
I'm in Michigan.
Cool.
Sorry. How's the weather?
It's been alright. It's been pretty humid here, but it hasn't been. And this is, I think the highest it got was like 85, I think. But we've also had a rain a few days ago too. So, oh yeah, actually it was a big thunderstorm on Monday. It actually caused a big power out there, Wisconsin and Ohio. So my area was good, but it's mostly more areas more west and south of me that got hit worse.
Okay. I was just curious how hot or cold it was over there.
Yeah, it's pretty humid here. It's about probably 85 degrees today, so it wasn't too bad, but I know California's blazing hot again.
Yeah. I'm not gonna complain on it, because that's basically been my week, where it's just like that's been affecting my mood a whole lot.
I blame you, and it's constantly how really hot California weather is. So.
I'm looking at my 10-day forecast, and it's nothing but hundreds.
You guys get some rain this summer at least, or no?
Fuck no.
Okay. Well, sure. I know rain's pretty rare
Okay,
thing over there.
I take it back. We got 1 day of rain. A literal 1 day of rain, and it lasted 15 minutes. So yes, we did get rain, but it only lasted 15 minutes, so there you go.
Yeah, I know Pakistan got hit by a massive monsoon. A third of it is flooded, sadly. But
On the green.
at least Karachi is safe. That's where I grew up, but other places not so much.
Oh, great.
Do we know what's going on in Miriam? Where?
Where?
Oh, hold up. I'll be right back. I gotta deal with my cat real quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
Cool. Nice shot. And it's on.
Let's see. Something else was announced recently, but I just can't remember what it was for the life of me. It'll come back to me. Oh, I was gonna say that Kickstarter for those two games was.
Oh, great.
What about the Kickstarters?
I remember those Kickstarter for those two games, that Wild Rod Successor and
Yeah, I know.
other
They
game.
Sloping up.
they made their million mark,
A break to
dollar
the left.
mark. So
It was
Yeah.
700.
console
If
release.
it was 725.
50,000 originally.
725, if I remember right, to get the projects funded.
That's two games too, so it's 6 years. And then now
Birdie chance here.
they met their first goal, which is a console version. So and I think their next one is a
Break to the right.
15 or something, or 1.5 mil. I think that's New Game Plus, I believe.
I like how that's
Birdie chance here. Stay calm.
I don't know. Sometimes those stretch goals make me laugh.
Not really.
Yeah, it does seem kind of silly. Give us an extra 400 grand and we'll give you Game Plus, bros.
For the the
Yeah,
button.
yeah, New Game Plus still.
Don't rush it.
Well, a premium for something, which is
A break to the
boggling.
right.
But although most of the Wilder games don't even have New Game Plus, if I remember correctly.
No, that was not their mentality back then. It was
So
mostly
PS1
like-
mentality is not that big anyway. Majority of PS1 RPGs did not
Just
even
relax.
have New Game Plus, if I remember correctly.
Even the PS2 versions, I don't think had New Game Plus games.
Some of them did, but it was a little bit later on. But definitely not some of the early ones.
Definitely not the ones I played though.
No, you are correct.
It's all good. You can do this.
I was saying earlier, before my cat interrupted me, what happened with? Do we know what's currently going on with Myanmar?
Myanmar?
Yeah.
It's a shithole. The military they controlled everything, and they're putting more people in jail, and they're also having infighting with themselves too, of who has control. So
You can do this.
that place has, and they're also, to no surprise, big supporters of Russia's war in Ukraine. So.
Fair enough. Beautiful.
I just remember, it's the irony that they were hunting down all those what's it called, Rohingya minorities and everything. They're descendants of Bangladeshi immigrants. They were hunting them down, and most of the population was supporting the genocide against those minorities or support the military. And then once those guys mostly ran off, the military turned against the civilians. So that's irony for you.
Kind of just looking at the map currently right now.
This one was a news story that happened this week, but I can't remember for the life of me. Funny one. Oh well. I know Mao enjoyed that tweet I sent him about the guy on the skateboard that was parrying a deer that's coming at him.
That was okay.
That sounds like some Ichijoji bullshit there.
The guy's running on the skateboard, deer's coming from his left side. He geese Howard that deer. He like judo flipped a deer on the side.
So
While on the
literally,
skateboard.
it's literally Ichijoji bullshit where you just suplex a deer.
Well, he flipped it his own way to get it. He did some Aikido shit rather than actual wrestling shit. So
I mean,
it was still funny because he's still moving while he's doing it. So
that's basically the same thing. Oh,
I mean, it was like a small deer, but still funny as hell to see.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice shot.
And my joke was to Mao, fighting games to teach you how to fight game.
Well, we already working on that. Did you not see the motion control gods that I posted back to you?
I did. I approve.
You guys
we're
gotta
already
be brave. Go the other direction. Of course.
Great shot.
Nah, I'm good.
Although that story about the Alfredo coming out of that truck, smell for that truck was funny because I think somewhere else a bunch of tomatoes fell over too.
That made me sad.
Yeah, it made me sad too. It's like, oh well, I guess we're gonna have a pasta shortage in the next couple of weeks. Although I was mostly joking at the time.
Whitewash the highway.
What bullshit. Honestly, like I thought it was when I looked at it like straight up, I just thought it's much worse than that. Well, I was thinking of something much worse. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure you have the imagination to think about it.
Oh yeah. It's Tennessee too, so fuck Tennessee on general principle.
So good.
Nice. Here we go. Good shot.
Oh yeah, the new Lord of the Rings came on Amazon.
I saw the first. I saw the first episode earlier today.
How was it?
Takes liberties, but I can't really pretend I'm an angry Tolkien fan because I don't read Tolkien. But it was fine.
I saw the internet gushing over it.
Nice shots.
Apparently, some reviewers already have episode 3 in their hands, or episode 2 in their hands. They're gushing over that one too.
Careful
Well,
on
to
the
be
gate.
fair, episode 2 is also on Prime right now as well. It's not just episode 1; it's also.
Episode 1 aired last week, right?
No, they both episodes premiered this week.
Oh, both
I
at
would-
once? Okay.
I would know. I went to go. I wanted to watch it like in the middle of the damn night, and I said, like, or earlier in the day. That day, I went to go see it. Like, I wanted to go see it on September 1st, but I wanted to see it earlier. But it told me it wouldn't premiere until like 9 o'clock that night. So I said, "Oh, okay, well, whatever." So I ended up not doing it.
I gotta catch up on this week's episode of Harley Quinn.
Surprisingly
Surprisingly enough, got announced for season 4.
Yeah, it did. I don't really have any interest in watching the new Lord of the Rings show, but I have a feeling that my group is gonna force me to watch it regardless. So I will have seen it by next week, I'm sure.
You should ask him to get you some onion rings for when you watch.
Whoa.
Really, stop.
Just bring mashed potatoes and you'll be fine.
Boo.
How you get some of the rings of power without some onion rings?
I would eat onion rings regardless because I like onion rings. I don't need a lazy pun to convince me to eat onion rings.
Or a meme of a meme among memes in the Lord of the Rings community.
Yes.
Oh, what's that meme going around? It was like a bunch of like fancy people, just smiling and look at the camera or something.
For the bird.
You guys know what that was from?
That's the
Downhill.
okay. That's the intro for Lord of the Rings: Ring of Power.
Really?
Yeah, the joke is that somebody paid $1 billion. Somebody said like this is what gets you $750 million gets you, and I have to be that asshole that goes into the comment section and says the first season cost $460 million. The entire show for all 4 seasons cost $4 billion, and $750 million is what Embracer Group paid for the Lord of the Rings IP.
So
Sorry
you basically, well, actually, them.
I did it to be a complete asshole.
Yeah, dog. But the thing is,
sometimes they
the
deserve it.
joke I saw for that video was, "This is what people. This is how you think people treat you when you're high."
Hold it for
The second part of that was when I responded to it was like, on a serious note, who really cares about the opening to a TV show?
I just find it to be. I thought it was like I need a spoof or something.
No. The second
Still
part
funny.
is like, can you think of like a TV show that like a Western-made live-action TV show where they put a shit ton of money into the opening?
I cannot.
Exactly.
I typically don't think about Western TV openings at all.
Not even like Frasier or like Seinfeld.
Well,
the one we had.
see,
Comedy shows don't really have much of
Yeah.
that much of an opening, anyways. Though.
Old sitcom comedies did have openings actually back in the 90s and late aughts or early aughts.
Okay, I'll give you that. Like,
but these days you don't really get a whole lot of
Nice shot.
money or effort put into the openings at all.
Some shows do. I know
mainly because they cut that shit down so they can fit in commercials.
and
but
now
these are
it's,
streaming though, so that kind of moot.
In some
It's
cases,
true.
yes.
but at the end of the day, it kind of like it just really comes down to the fact like who cares? Like
Yeah.
people want to watch the show. They don't really want to sit there.
Go ahead.
The,
I go to my anime if I want openings and endings.
And if you
Because they're usually trying to promote a song or band
yeah.
or singer.
True. The little record companies are involved, so.
Yeah. Which cycles back into what we were talking about earlier with record companies and these Japanese companies wanting some piece of the pie.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, Western television
Even-
really cared about
Oh,
openings
nice.
in quite
Since
some
the
time.
Jefferson.
Since the 80s and 90s.
Maybe they just
Some of them
realized
just
they
have like
couldn't compete.
just creds opening, rather than actual like sequences, really. So.
Well, the credits, you have to list everybody who's involved in the show.
Oh, I'm talking about like the opening.
Amazing.
I'm talking about the opening credits. I mean, just text coming on the screen with some music, rather than actual sequences. I mean,
I
like
can't.
Stranger Things.
Well, also, like, those old sitcoms and comedy shows, I mean, those openings
Nice
really
shot.
helped to define and set apart those shows. So like, you know, if you like everyone, like, if you avidly watch something like, say, I don't know, in Living Color or Martin or Living Singles or something like that, like you knew the opening to those shows.
Fresh Prince.
Family Matters.
Yeah, Fresh Prince, especially, like Fresh Prince to this day. The opening to Fresh Prince to this day still lives on the internet. Like, you got kids that were never born in that fucking era that know that fucking song.
Yeah. Just ask Philly fans about that.
Cool.
People from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Because that's
Or
because
the,
that's
or,
where
the or the openings always start in Philadelphia, just about the sequences of places in Philadelphia. It's music.
Yeah.
I think the last time I can really think of a opening that I genuinely enjoy and still love to watch is Family Matters.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I mean, it happens all the time in those types of shows or long running shows like that. But the opening intro always changed, which is always a good time.
Yeah, it was always fun to watch those openings change to reflect what had changed in the show.
But for a Family Matters, it would always change to finding some way to keep Urkel out. Because I think in the first season they were the entire family was literally trying to close the door to keep Urkel out of the house because they didn't want him there.
Or after season 3, they pretended like Judy never existed.
Grabbed those stairs, never came down.
Never came down.
Oh, she came down all right.
I actually I think it was about maybe 4 or 5 months ago when I realized I had I had free access to HBO Max. I started watching Family Matters on their streaming platform, and then I went to Wikipedia to look up what had happened to Judy after season 2, and I found out they were trying to cut back on the cast because they didn't want to spend as much money as they were, and so she was one of the characters that got cut from that show. Which
Probably
is
because
everybody's right.
probably because everybody's rates were going up. So
yeah, it's funny because they a half a season later they brought in Little Richie. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you got rid of the sister and brought in a nephew. I thought you were supposed to keep costs down.
Oh,
They also
we'll pay.
Urkel.
We'll do that because that's a well-known character. Actor right there.
Well, see, he wasn't the focus of the show when the show started, and then he just became such a fan favorite that he literally became the focus of that show.
Yeah.
I also
Not
found
for the better.
yeah, I also after I kept reading. After I kept reading deeply into the Wikipedia, which I at this point I should know better than to do this. I found out the actress that plays Judy actually did porn.
I said, yeah, that's a well-known thing actually.
I never knew that at all.
Oh, yeah, I've heard people talk about it, some of my older friends that we did Family Matters, and they said, yeah, she went out to do porn.
I think someone from like Boy Meets World that was basically the same thing too. So
I wouldn't be surprised.
oh no, it's not like I wouldn't be surprised. It's a case of like no, they did.
I think that's a case where they are currently.
Yeah, child actors don't always have to grow up to be the best of careers either. Sometimes, quite often.
Well, I read. Well, here's the thing. I read a news article about it. Like, this is how I know, because like I read the news article about it where she was doing an interview, and she literally said, "I did it for the money. Like,
Well,
it
yeah.
pays better."
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess I can't blame you.
To be fair, during pandemic, a lot of girls figured out OnlyFans and have done the same.
Yeah, that's how
yeah, but this is
OnlyFans
back in
blew
the
up.
day with Boy Meets World.
Is because porn pays well.
Lips pay well.
Great shot.
Sex work is work.
I know a few people who have OnlyFans pages. Now,
I
don't-
know of people that have pages, but I don't personally know them.
So why didn't Trump just make a pay thing called OnlyClans?
Now that's funny. That's
because
funny.
it would have
Well,
got dots day one.
Also,
It's
right
how that was- how that needed to be
right now they're up their own ass because Dark Brandon called them out on being fascist. Their feelings got all hurt.
Dark Brandon, that's right. Darth Brandon.
That's literally
That
what they're
Dis You
calling
this
him.
shit this week was pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
Calling everybody out.
I mean, I saw the speech, but that's literally our new meme of now. What we're calling Dark.
well, they've been kind of doing that for like the last month and a half, and like it started out as an insult, but I think they kind of just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm Dark Brandon. I'm just gonna own it. I'm just gonna
I mean,
call you
it's the only-
fascist and dismiss some of this student loan debt and make the right wing angry.
Nice power game.
I mean, it's not like they can come up with any better like memes themselves. What the fuck is a funny conservative meme? There's no such thing.
I forget
No,
who it
it's-
was. I would
I've-
have to look.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, I forget who it was, but somebody, I think it might have been a senator. I don't know who it is, but they basically were ranting on Twitter saying, like, by canceling student debt, you take away the United States Armed Forces' like most powerful weapon.
Oh yeah. That was
yeah,
wasn't
I
that Rick
think
Scott?
Recruiting tool, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
That's
really
always
Rick
kind of
Scott
been
or was
like-
it Kevin McCarthy? One of those two morons.
No, it wasn't McCarthy.
No.
I think it was Rick Scott.
But was it Josh Hawley? I think.
No,
think
Josh Hawley is no longer relevant. He is literally no longer relevant.
We still say stupid shit all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well-
matter. He literally has no more power.
Well, no. I'm talking about the Missouri senator, not the Carolina one. You're thinking about Madison, I think. What's that cripple guy's name?
You know what? I am thinking about
Great
Madison.
shot.
You're right.
Yeah. Madison got lost his primary. Josh Hawley is the one that did the hail sign.
Madison's from the district just like west of me. Not mine, but one right beside me.
Hawley. He's in quite some trouble himself in the committee. So basic. So he's involved in some dumb shit. So
Yeah. I basically was countering, like, when that whole shit came out. It's like, you do realize the United States Armed Forces, particularly the Army, made it so that you don't have to have a high school diploma to join the armed forces. It was like, which has been like a staple for like as long as the armed forces have been around.
But
they did put,
I
the way they
mean,
put recruits to schools.
I mean, like he wasn't wrong
Nice
about
shot.
that. I mean, dangling the GI Bill in front of people was part of their recruiting methods. It's just that he was saying the quiet part out loud, which is what got everyone up in arms. Like, wow, you're just gonna put it out there, huh?
What else are gonna bitch about that? Because it's not like any other coherent thing to say.
Cool.
No, it's just that that was
Great.
he was using it as a talking point to talk shit about Biden forgiving that part of that student loan debt, and it's just
Part
that
of
like
it.
it's like like the whole point is what everyone's complaint was is that why is that like we've known that was a thing, but like why should it even be like why should you be dangling education over people's heads just to get them to join the army? It's just a shitty thing to do.
I mean, I just find it funny that what is his like new press secretary Biden said she called him out on all the PPP loans that they got forgiven.
You know, so you know when the White House Twitter account tweeted that shit out, I thought that was I honestly thought that was a fake account.
Yeah, me too. And I was like, oh, this is actually the actual White House.
Yeah,
Twitter
because
account. Shit.
because Democrats don't do shit like
don't
they're
do
not
that
they're not
shit.
fight and they don't do shit and they don't fight, they don't bite back. But like for the last couple of weeks now, they've actually been fighting back because I guess, well, aside from the midterms being around the corner, I guess they realize that
A break to the right.
your citizens actually want you to fight back for them, to represent them, and I guess they're just now fucking getting that.
All right.
Yeah, I guess sometimes they have to trip to move forward. So
Now you
Sometimes-
have to- you
sometimes they move
just have
forward
to
by
s-
tripping.
You just have to see your president's poll numbers tank
Down
down
here?
below 30%. That's what it takes.
follow John Fetterman's thing, and then troll the fuck out of his opponent. Called him up with a dumb shit.
Now Fetterman's like pushing him to legalize marijuana.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, he's always been doing that anyway.
But now he's like actively like calling him out like this past
Could
few
make a
days.
birdie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing everything right, and like
Smoking out.
it helps that
A
Oz
break
is
to
a
the
fucking what's the word I'm looking for?
Nicola Salesman.
No, well, he's that, but
Con artist.
he's a rich guy that doesn't get it. He can't relate to your everyday common person.
I mean, that's all the to me like memes about him not even knowing what vegetable shop for. He didn't get a name
Crudité,
store
sir.
wrong.
Crudité. You're gonna raise your pinky when you sip your tea, and you're gonna call vegetables crudité. Okay? God damn it.
So you're gonna make me call cookies biscuits?
Yes.
Too?
Yes.
That was on cookies. Cookies are cookies and biscuits are biscuits. If you call cookies biscuits, what do you call cookies? Because I ain't calling saying scones.
Could make a birdie.
I forget where that like that stand up bit came from, but it's always like stuck with me.
A birdie.
Good.
Nice shot.
It's been a weird week this week, that's for sure.
Yeah, it has.
Hole
Oh,
six.
and I think I
It's par
retweeted
four.
this, but did y'all see the shot from space of Pakistan?
Yeah, with the fucking
I saw
that.
the lake.
That's fucked
looking
up.
and shit.
As I said, a third of the country is underwater because of the heavy monsoon.
30 million people displaced.
Yep, and Pakistan has very little imprint on the carbon imprint too. So, but it's suffering the most. You move a few country up, and China's going to a massive drought with a whole lake dried up.
Yeah.
Well, we
Clim-
have
climate
here-
change is quite literally at our doorsteps,
It's
begging,
like what
begging
Mississippi's
to
going-
get in.
Mississippi's going through.
Go, go, go.
Great shot.
Yeah.
No, Mississippi's more like their water treatment is utter shit because
Well, yeah.
because they don't have they put zero money in the infrastructure, and wasn't they try to pay Brett Favre like like it was like a government handout for speeches he never made? You heard about that story?
I have not.
Oh, yeah, it's a story. There's like a scandal going on with I think it was the FBI there investigated the state of Mississippi because they've been paying that jackass Brett Favre was like a racist ass NFL player, former NFL player. They paying him millions, for speeches that he never made.
Yeah.
And this is Mississippi, one of the most like broke municipal state in the fucking country next to Alabama.
Yeah, I mean,
I've also heard it's the fattest country in the world. The fattest state in the
country.
union. It's the fattest state in the union. Okay, like, I'm sorry. Like it's I've heard that about like statistically like of all the states in the entirety of the United States of America, like Mississippi is usually rated the one with the most obese.
it's certainly one of the poorest.
It
That's
is
for
the
sure.
poorest.
Like last
Next to Alabama,
indication.
yeah.
Yeah.
education, infant mortality, what's it called? Life expectancy. It's slow. I think what was it? I know this is Alabama, but I think the racist people say, all the politics from Alabama want to try to call California's governor. And it's like, look what COVID did to your state. And what's his name? Gavin. He like tweeted about it's like, yeah. Look at your state. Your population went down because of how many COVID deaths you've had.
Yeah, that's most red states, actually.
Yeah, but they say, well, especially Alabama, so. So.
Werner says
as a Californian, I'm going to call out my own governor, who I did vote for to keep in office, saying like, hey man, like you do realize we have like a massive exodus of population out of the state because of like you're not regulating rent in the state right now. So
I found sadly most states are like that too. New York, it's
but I like to call him out on that.
Oh, you're absolutely fair. Also, you got all the other senators and everything. One of them is a big. I forgot what the senator's name is from California. She stands on the housing committee and everything, and she ain't doing shit about that either. Forgot her name.
By the way, Varnes says he just got up. He's been sick all goddamn week.
I'm sorry to hear that, Varnes, man.
And then he puts a correction. Gundam.
Well, Gundam week was last week. Yeah. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Varnes. It's been, as we're finding out between all of us, it's been kind of a really shitty week. Yep. It's more and it's more obvious in some places than in others.
Yep. Did something funny happen this week, though? I'm trying to think. I could have sworn something funny happened, but it's coming to mind for some reason. Let me see.
Great save.
Go. All right. Let me see if I can sync this and actually get back on the board. Get back in the race here.
So, Donald, this is funny. So, actual place in Japan is a dentist's office. They're using the E symbol on there as the exact same font.
Oh, I saw that.
That's funny.
It's not that new, but sure.
Yeah, well, that's why they're not getting sued for it.
Whatever. I thought it was like, it's funny, but
it's funny. It's amusing, but I'm like, what the? Got it. Oh, so anyone who has not seen it, watch Lupin the Third, the first. It's on Hulu. That's a fantastic movie.
Great. Got it.
Don't have Hulu, but I'm sure I can find it in the normal sources.
Oh yeah, it's available on the streaming platform. You probably have to pay for it, but
I was talking methods.
I was gonna.
Be methods.
Yeah. Well, you were always able to do that. Like, I'm just wondering, is it on Showplex, which is like somewhere between the methods and somewhere being like a legitimate stream service. The Boss Johnson probably could tell us about that. He's been watching. He used to watch like a bunch of 4K shit, right?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Just relax.
Oh, Showplex.
Oh yeah. I was looking at wanting to watch some stuff. I didn't get around to it, but yeah, he's updated. When did he update recently? I think he actually got Maverick.
Oh, he actually got Maverick.
Oh yeah. I think you talked. I think Dollar mentioned that like 2 weeks ago, so it's available now. So.
No, Mal mentioned it. But I'm pretty sure. But we all kind of concluded like once that happened, it's like he was going to go out of his way and get Maverick on there.
Right.
Yeah, I got it last week because me and my friend watched it, and I have to say, I don't like. So by the time the movie had ended, my eyes were dry and irritated. I don't think I blinked the entire time I watched that movie.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing because it means I was fucking glued and engaged with the movie the entire time.
Yep. Because it could be the other way around. It's like you haven't blinked because you were just like petrified and stupid shit. That possibility too.
Yeah, because you have to remember, I'm sitting in front of my computer with a total of 3 monitors, So like if the movie's going on and I'm like browsing Twitter on my phone, looking somewhere else, then it means I wasn't engaged with the movie.
I haven't seen it yet because I'm basically just at this point. I figured I may as well wait until like. I figured I will wait until like when we're actually going to stream it, like
Yeah.
at the end of this month.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I hadn't really talked about it at all. Is because I knew we still have people that haven't seen it and we're gonna end up watching it anyway. So
Yeah, that's I have seen like
Well done.
one clip because like once it like finally came out, like all the clips kind of showed up in my feeds on YouTube.
yeah.
I only watched one clip and it was only like 1 minute. So
I posted in the
Is-
Discord chat.
is the first movie on Amazon or
it was
any streaming
was.
service?
it was
Uh-huh.
until September 1st.
So it disappeared. Okay.
Yeah, I went to go watch it because I was just like, I kind of wanted to.
Uh-huh.
And I realized, I realized they gave you a counter, like how
What's
long
the
it was going to be
power
up there for. So I kind of just finished it out.
Yeah.
So it's when I went to go look at it, it's like available for 16 hours. Oh, it's leaving at the end of this
I
month.
can probably find a copy.
I'm pretty sure it's not that far hard.
Yeah, like it's not like it's some
Downhill?
underrated B movie that no
breaks
one
neck.
saw. Like I'm pretty sure I can find a copy
Not
for our purposes.
Yeah, and like in the last decade, I think it did get like it did get like a 4K release. So
Oh no!
Fuck you,
I
game.
posted.
Fuck you.
I posted. Speaking of B movie, I posted something in the Discord chat. It's a movie called None of That. A blast for you and a blast for me.
I retweeted
Could make
that
a
one.
birdie.
Great.
Yeah, I was the one that retweeted that one because I was like, oh, Yazi will eventually see this if I retweet it.
Yes,
I think that's an actual B movie.
it's an actual movie. Yes.
All right.
where's
It,
my?
it has me slightly curious.
Uphill, maybe?
It honestly looks like a porno.
Yeah, it also looks like that.
Yes.
A birdie, woo!
All right.
But it seems like the type of movie that I would just watch by
Could make a
myself,
birdie.
just because I watch terrible B movies.
Oh, so do I.
I'm thinking about that scene from Magnum PI where he kills a nun.
I just
Just like,
went.
wait, nuns don't walk on Sundays.
I just recently watched the first Hellraiser.
Nice.
Ooh, first Hellraiser is really good. They're talking about. I saw the screenshots of the
Female Hellraiser, right?
yeah, female Hellraiser.
Oh, sorry, female Pinhead.
Okay.
Which one was the one where it was in space? Was that the fourth one?
I've only seen the first one. Like,
Hole 8. It's par
I
4.
think that might be Hellraiser 2000 or something like that. There
I
is.
didn't realize Pinhead went to space. The only one that
Oh.
I knew, the only jerk that I knew that went to space is Jason.
Jason
and,
X.
and Leprechaun.
All those horror movies they had two things in common, or at least they had some. Okay, not all of them. Well, they did one or two things. They either went to space, or they had like some computerized like hellscape.
Ah,
You know,
yeah.
so it's like okay, the internet's a thing, so let's do something with computers and shit like that. The computer is always watching you. So,
Oh, I'm actually interested in that Weird Al movie with Daniel Radcliffe. That actually looks pretty interesting.
I blame Lawnmower Man for that. Computer
That's a fair-
hellscapes.
that's a fair assessment. I used to think a
think they-
Lawnmower
I
Man
think
was I used to think Lawnmower Man was a comedy
Yeah.
for a long time.
Not even Denzel Washington said that.
Beautiful.
There's a lot of movies you couldn't save, though. Heart
Yeah,
condition.
Heart Condition is a classic. You will stop.
Heart condition
I like-
was a Heart Condition was a good time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Pelican Brief.
Yeah, Pelican Brief was pretty boring. Matter of fact, I don't remember a whole lot about that movie. Other
No
than
pelicans were actually involved either. I thought it was a horror movie.
yeah, I just remember just not liking it at all. Oh, who knows? If I like, because I was never really into politics when I was a kid, or espionage. maybe if I rewatched it, I might be interested in it as an old man.
Well, it's also lawyer stuff too. So yeah.
Yazzie, I have a meme meant just for that, just for those posts.
Cat with the bat is enough of that. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Nice shot. Great shot.
That's how I feel about that.
Don't you dare! There you go. Thought I was gonna end
What's
up in the
that
sand
power
trap.
gauge?
Let me take a look here now that I think about it.
Oh,
I'm curious.
this one's funny. Cause I think Cause we lost Trash Pandas, like a dog's favorite animal.
Not really. I like making
20s, I
memes.
want to be a successful lawyer with my own firm. 30s, I want whatever this is. A guy drinking a beer with a raccoon drinking a beer in the other hand.
Right. All right, give me the Hellraiser franchise, please. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah. So it's not only is it Fat Friday, today is Friday in California.
Here it is.
Huh?
It is.
Shoot though.
It is called Hellraiser Bloodline.
That's the one. That sounds about right.
The one where he
No,
goes
it's
to
on
space.
UPN.
Yeah, where Pinhead goes to space. It is cost $4 million to make. Made $9 million.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the margins of that? Nowadays, studios would say like, okay, if we make $4 million, we need to at least make 3 or 4 times that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Where's the one? Where's the cybernetic one? Was it like? I forget what it was.
It's also a bad movie, Wishmaster.
Okay, that's what it was. Hellworld is what it was. It is like 1, 2, 3.
Or the silent version of Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Is the 8th one in the franchise. That is the cybernetic one. 2005. Hell on Earth is a personal favorite of mine of the Hellraiser franchise. But on Amazon, you can only watch the first 2. You can't watch 3.
I think we should watch Leprechaun in the Hood. Bad movie night.
I mean, if we're gonna watch a horror movie, like I would demand that I would pick the one that we would all
Good
watch.
approach.
I know. I'm just throwing some names out there. So, but I'm up for the movie I'll recommend. Drive.
Hang in there.
With my boy Mark Dacascos.
Yes. Supposedly they're remaking Princess Bride, and I have no interest watching any of that. Action Chan Adventures is on Amazon Prime.
Got this.
I did see that.
So,
I thought
one more thing to watch.
I thought about booting up the first episode. Detective Conan's also on there too, like the first 5 seasons. Like it's, thankfully they're using like the remastered version, so like it looks super clean. So you can have fun with that.
I don't think they have any Lupin 3rd anymore on Amazon. I know they used to have the first couple seasons on there, but
I think Lupin, there's some Lupin still there. Part 4 is still there.
okay.
Part 5 comes and goes, and I think part 2 is still there.
I know it's all Retro Crush too. So, well, part 2 that is.
Hold 9. It's a par 3.
Is there a place I could stream this? Oh, I'm up. Oh, that's why. It's on Cinemax, that's why.
Paramount is combining with Showtime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that
something like that. It wasn't bad.
Oh, Showtime.
Yep.
That reminds me,
On the green.
if I remember right, that reminds me, Stargate is now back on Amazon Prime, finally.
For the time
Since-
being.
No, like, they're fucking owned by, like, Amazon now.
Probably MGM?
Yeah, I mean, MGM Stargate is an MGM franchise-owned series.
For
That's
some-
sci-fi
for-
series out there.
For some reason, I thought they
Amazing.
were like. I could have sworn I saw Stargate on either HBO Max or Netflix.
Probably had it at some point.
It was on Netflix, and it still isn't
Okay.
on Netflix right now.
Okay, I knew I saw it on some streaming service that I had. I just couldn't think of which.
It appeared, I think, in 2020 back on Netflix. It was gone for a long time, and like during the pandemic, I ended up like watching it twice from beginning and end. So, but it's owned by
Nice shot.
MGM, and the problem with
I'll be right back.
the problem with Stargate on what's it called on Amazon, it uses the TV broadcast, which means it's not it's full screen. It's not because the whole show is shot in widescreen.
Yeah.
So
I hate that Amazon does that or what like
Amazing.
so that movie Drive that Yazi was talking about, like the version
Oh,
the
no.
version they have on Amazon is not the complete version, and on top of that, like the subtitles kind of fucking suck. Because I've already taken a look at it. Like they basically have the subpart copy of that, which
So they don't have the European copy?
Good.
no, yeah,
Watch that
I have
dog.
I think I have like 2 different versions of it on my hard drive, but both of them are like both versions are superior to the one that they have on Amazon.
Where to go? Good approach.
But I've noticed that about Amazon is like they'll have like sometimes they'll have like the
Up here,
worst
maybe?
versions
A break to the left.
of that media on that streaming platform.
yeah.
So Predator 2, I think, on Amazon Prime. Maybe it's gone. I can't remember.
It's gone because I watched it.
Yeah, I knew it. Oh well.
You have to remember, like, sometimes those videos get commissioned for only a short time, and they're literally there to promote another movie.
Yeah.
Like Maverick, like Top Gun was Top Gun was up there for a while, but only really because it was promoting like Maverick essentially. Like, and the same thing with the Lord of the Rings movies. All of the Lord of the Rings movies, thanks to theatrical cuts on Amazon Prime right now, because Amazon's promoting their own Lord of the Rings. So it's kind of like we give you a little bit of money here to let us
Right.
stream them on this platform, and that way we can like basically promote. So it's like a little bit of here, a little bit there, basically.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of the Predator movies actually have their own distributor, even though I think they're owned by Disney now, but...
Disney's owns them, and Disney's trying to put those into a figurative like plot vault. So
But say what again? You cut off for a second.
Good pass.
sorry, give me a moment here.
Just relax. Nice pass.
Why not just put it on Hulu?
Got it. Focus.
The majority's talking Hulu.
Yeah, they don't know what the hell they want to do, because right now they're all racing to stock up on content.
Here's the problem with Hulu though. They don't own it outright.
The
That's Disney.
majority of it, I think, stock, right?
Yeah, but they still have to share profits,
Yep,
people.
they do. This is correct.
which is a problem
Which is-
for Disney.
Which is a factor. Yep, that is absolutely correct.
The other thing too, and I mentioned this in before I got cut off apparently, is that Disney's trying to put all the Fox properties, like a lot of the really popular ones into a figurative Fox vault. Kind of like, you know how like they have the Disney vault,
Nice
like
shot.
how they'll basically like put out something like fairly seasonal, and then they'll whisk it away back into the vault, and something like that. Basically, in terms of releases, because right now it's very hard to find like a lot of the older releases of like Alien, Predator, and things like that. They're starting to go up in price, like, and nobody really knows why. But when you factor in the fact that like Disney doesn't want to put out like those versions right now, they want to like put them away so that when they do release them again, they can charge a huge premium on all of them.
Yep.
They're manufacturing scarcity.
Yeah, just like
But
Nintendo
they always
does.
Yep. Well, don't tell that to Nintendo fans. They'll hang you over Twitter.
They're too busy butthurt port begging shit anymore. So.
Nice shot.
Great shot.
It's whatever. Okay, there we go. GG. Yeah, all the Stargates are on here.
Still
looking
don't
at-
understand why if they can put The Simpsons on Disney Plus, why can't they put King of the Hill? But whatever.
Because I don't know if King of the Hill was owned by Fox, was it?
It is. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's owned by Fox, but I know that it was always broadcasted on Fox for sure.
Cool. Nice
So
shot.
I can only assume that it was owned by Fox.
Let me take a look here. Original network Fox. Distributor Fox. 20th Century Television.
All on Hulu, but
You want this my bullshit answer for you?
not popular Simpsons.
No. It doesn't fit with Disney's branding for Disney Plus.
And Simpsons does.
Yes.
For the
Ironically enough.
popularity.
Outside of popularity, yeah.
So good.
That's
I
not
literally-
right. That's what I expected, but I'm just saying, content-wise, Simpsons, nothing but Simpsons that meets Disney Plus status outside of its name recognition. That's about it.
King of the Hill is also a different beast from The Simpsons, too.
But it's also a sitcom. There's nothing really offensive about it either, really.
I would disagree with that, if only because time I don't think has been that kind to King of the Hill.
I don't know, it's been better than some of the other
It's-
animated shows, so I think it's aged better with something
It's
like a family
King,
show.
King of the Hill certainly enforces a certain stereotype that The Simpsons just doesn't. Like it's a slice of a culture that's probably not PC for them.
Given our political landscape,
Cool.
yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of.
but they also call out the bullshit on there too on King of the Hill. They acknowledge all the racist shit and everything too, especially with Cotton Hill.
That doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
it's something they probably don't want to put on their streaming services just because they want to avoid
I know, but the
avoid the
already has.
conflict.
And since unfortunately also has a very large share of stereotypes too. So
Yeah, there's a reason why. There's a reason why Prey is on Hulu, not on Disney Plus, for a number of good reasons.
Varnis says, "Just say it's too redneck," and he's right.
I mean, if you want me to, yeah, it's too redneck. There you go. How do you feel?
Yeah, and I still managed to say it without saying it. I don't have to say redneck.
Oh,
goddammit.
Well, if somebody
Oh, yeah.
somebody calls me out like that, it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
sure, I'll say it.
oh, yeah, it's redneck, but they also make fun of that shit too. So there's in-universe jokes for that shit too.
You
See
said
Boomhauer, make fun of Boomhauer shit all the time. They can't understand what the fuck he's saying.
Again, it's. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a
probably-
landmine they don't want to step on.
I know. Oh well, it's available on Hulu. That's fine with me, so I can still watch it. Officially. So it ain't going
good
anywhere.
aim.
Please.
Try for the eagle.
Yeah,
Make it count.
Disney's
You're
currently
ready? A break to the
looking
left.
into the idea of like making a whole brand new streaming network just for the live
Why
action
not just make
properties
one
they
for
have.
regular FXX and just put all that stuff on there?
Close.
I don't know.
For the
I mean,
That's
they're
Disney.
they're already having to juggle, well, not juggle, but they're already having to deal with the the bullshit that they get with each TV show that they fucking release. Oh, Disney's too woke. They're releasing all these women superheroes and shit and blah blah blah.
Working.
Like, yeah, the twerking. And like, I'm kind of mad that that became a thing on the internet because I haven't seen the episode yet, and yet
I haven't seen anything. I gotta watch it.
I
I'm gonna binge it all
already
across.
know more about the episode than when I could have just watched it. And like, I can't watch it until I watch it with my friend.
That breaks less.
So that shit's annoying.
How's your show so far? I haven't seen any of it yet.
It's okay. It could be more, but I guess like, I get what they're going for. I don't think I particularly care for it, but it's
It's
okay.
not offensive, at least it's somewhat entertaining. I'll watch it. It could be worse.
No, the people that are complaining about it are the same dumbasses that complain about
Break to the
Mar-
right.
It's Marvel.
Disney and Marvel being woke and why are you making these girl TV shows? You need to make my American white bread male TV shows and superheroes and blah blah blah. Like, fuck off.
Middle America. Middle
Yes.
of America is what we
Could
call
make
it.
a birdie.
Yes. Like, just fuck off.
Even though
Well,
Thor Love
Not
and Thunder just came out.
not everything has to be Tony Stark snarking at people.
Well, have you read the news, like what's happening with the various theme parks out there across the country?
No, I haven't.
They're trying to price out like lower income families, essentially, because they only want the ones like the higher mid America families, essentially. So
That doesn't surprise me.
That's not
to quote this, what was it? The Six Flags CEO. We're being treated like a daycare center, and we hate it.
Yeah.
Is what he said. And Disney is trying to make it so that like people in Anaheim, who are right next to Disneyland, who historically also pay the least too, because they're not paying for hotels to stay at the fancy Disney hotel. They're trying to price them out so that they don't want them to come. They literally don't want people from Anaheim to go to Disneyland.
They don't want the
people-
locals either, yeah. So yeah.
They want people to travel. They want tourists so they can stay at the expensive Disney hotel, which
Well,
is
for
gone.
for Anaheim, it doesn't help that there's literally a convention center and a hotel right across the street from them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the
Which-
only reason why I know that is because in 2008 I went there for BlizzCon because I was still playing World of Warcraft at that time.
I went to PSX a couple times in like 2016 and 2017. No, 2015. Was it 2015? No, it was 2016 and 2017 when I went. But
I think you
And
went
it's all, and
2015
it's
to
also
UPA
right down.
Combat.
It's right down the street from the LA Convention Center too, which is
Yeah.
also surrounded by hotels.
yeah, like it's a nice city. The other problem is though that because there's that convention center there, that convention center like unofficial. You know, we know how like we all know this, like how Disney basically runs Anaheim, but not really.
Yeah.
That convention center is meant for Disney. It's not meant for anything. It's not meant for anything else in Disney's eyes. So if they don't like people or conventions being held at the convention center in Anaheim because it means they're not going to Disneyland.
Yeah, because
essentially.
it's eating into their potential profits.
Yeah. So that's why ultimately many years ago when Anime Expo was at Anaheim, it was getting bigger and bigger that Disney was actually like getting pissed about it, and they won't say this outright, but basically that was kind of the reason why they had moved out of Anaheim. And the year after that they went to Long Beach, which was a horrible year apparently, from what I heard, the infamous Long Beach year. And eventually they went to Los Angeles, and they've been there ever since.
Yeah. When I went there in 2008, I liked it out there. Although, from my understanding, I was kind of on the suburban rich side of LA, and not necessarily true LA.
Oh,
which is probably why I enjoyed my time out there.
Question: did you go when you went to LA? Were you at the Staples Center?
No, well, I never really left that area around Disney Anaheim, so no.
Oh, okay. Disney slash Anaheim. At least for us here in the United States, here in California,
Yeah.
is completely separate from Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I've been told, and I believe it.
I've been there a couple of times myself.
I've said this multiple times. You go to downtown LA where the Staples Center is, and the Los Angeles Convention Center. Really nice place. One or two blocks in any direction, it's a demilitarized zone.
Yeah. I totally believe that.
For the birdie.
I haven't seen it myself, but I totally believe it.
So far. Downhill.
So,
Brakes to the right.
although they probably got rid of like most of their homeless problem at this point.
Yeah, no. When
So-
I was out there, I stayed in the safe zone,
Great shot.
I stayed in the safe.
For the birdie.
Yeah, well,
and
come on, man,
I
you have-
enjoyed my
Nothing
vacation.
down.
Oh, you have not lived until you go to Compton, man. Like Leprechaun. Leprechaun 2, Back to the Hood, take place in Compton.
Compton's kind of a meme, but for good reasons.
And so is Detroit still to this day.
Ooh, close. Almost had that.
Yeah, I thought I was going to catch there, but it ended up not.
Well, yeah,
Oh, my turn.
no, I'm curious. Which one still has like a
Downhill.
more stereotypically bad reputation, Detroit or Compton?
Detroit.
Still Detroit? Okay.
Detroit's more infamous, just because its primary economy collapsed.
Oh,
Oh, this
for
is
the
true.
birdie.
Well, yeah, slowly it's just getting more gentrified now. So, especially being a border city with Windsor is a factor too.
Yeah. So.
Hey, I'm back. It was a false alarm. I didn't have to go anywhere after all.
Oh. Well, we're happy you're back. We were just talking about infamous cities in the United States, Los Angeles and Detroit.
Uphill maybe.
Yeah, I was asking which one still has like a more stereotypically bad reputation, Compton or Detroit? And according to all, it's still Detroit.
I don't know. I would say Compton because literally the only thing anybody knows Compton for is gang shit.
It's kind of a meme though, because like the Los Angeles Police Department kind of like shit-tailed a lot of that. It still happens, but
I
realize
realize
it's
that's
not really
probably
that
true, but the reason why everybody knows Compton is because of fucking gangster rap from the 90s.
Yes, this is
And-
true, and it doesn't help that there was that movie like a year before Bohemian Rhapsody came out. What was it called?
Straight Outta
Compton.
After Dr. Dre's
About
CD.
all that.
Yeah, but there's also Leprechaun 2, Back to the Hood.
Stop it.
Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
No one thinks about
No-
Compton because of Leprechaun.
No, it's
And
all
no-
it's
Leprechaun
fucking
Back to the Hood. That's the second one.
And nobody who's under the age of 20 remembers that movie.
yeah.
No, but it's a moronically bad movie. The fact is, the first Leprechaun the Hood movie is better than the second one. We're just saying something.
I just think Friday.
That too.
That too.
Now that's a good movie.
I personally, I prefer this.
Although I consider Friday more an encapsulation of like 90s LA in general. So
Yeah. So what happened?
Knock the fuck out.
So
Go
what
ahead.
happened to me tonight was that I went and picked up new phones for me and my mom. Since my mom's on my wireless account, and we all need new phones. And work was paying for a new phone for me anyway. So I was like, well, I'll just get everybody new phones. So I was picking the phones up at the fucking store. And what they didn't tell me until the very end was that as soon as they scan those IMEI codes or whatever on the back of the boxes of your new phones, it deactivates your old phone. And my mom was 2 hours away.
Oh,
And
so
I was trying to call her, frantically trying to call her from the store, to warn her, hey, your phone's not going to work. I'll just come bring your phone to you like tomorrow morning or whatever. And literally as soon as it started ringing, my phone went off the network. Good.
Oh.
And I was like, shit. So now she has no idea that her phone doesn't work.
Cool.
So I'm texting her friend who lives down the street from her, you know, like, hey, can you drive over there to Mom's house and let her know, hey, Chris is on his way with your new phone, because I don't want her to be without a phone just in case some shit happens, you know, because she's old.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
well,
So I was
this
like- I was
universe,
I was gonna
yeah.
get in my car and drive 2 hours to Elberton, Georgia, to drop my mom's phone off. So I had to stop by the Target first to get some chargers for these phones. And as I'm in the Target, my mom calls me from her fiance's son's phone, because apparently he had just gotten home because she was over there at their place, and he got home and she grabbed his phone and called me and says, "Hey, what's up? My phone doesn't work." I was like, well, I'm coming to bring you the new one, but apparently they have a spare phone that still works. They never removed from their plan.
Okay.
So she's just going to use that phone tonight. She's like, don't come all the way down here. I'll just use their spare phone, you know, in case of an
Right.
emergency. I'll see you tomorrow, you know.
Well, that's
Figure
good.
the phone
So
out.
she's not cut off
I
from the
worked out.
world.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, fine. It was cool because like luckily that Target is like 15 minutes from my house, so I got back in the car and went home.
At least
Assuming
you got
it's
the
a-
chargers anyway, so we
Is
don't
it a
have to worry about
smartphone or is it just like a brick phone?
No, dude, nobody sells brick phones anymore.
They still do for elderly people. It's just you have to
Hipsters.
really go. You just have to really go out there now.
It's like
not
it's like that phone for kids, but for old people.
you laugh, but that's literally what it is.
No, these
And
are
no bitches don't exist.
these are both iPhone 13 Pros. Well, I got a Pro for myself. My mom wanted the Pro Max because she likes how big it
Down
is,
here?
I guess, so she can see it better or
I
whatever.
mean, that's
I warned her that this phone is massive, and she's gonna it's gonna be a week. And she's gonna be, this phone's too big, it's too heavy. Like, I know she's going to complain, but whatever. That's what she's getting.
It's all
So
good.
I actually kind of want like some of the Samsung phones I've been seeing, like the foldable
Man.
ones.
I'm so dude.
Yeah.
Those like, I looked at those at the Best Buy the other day, and it's cool that they have a screen that folds, but you can totally tell where it folds. Like when you're looking at that screen, you can see the line like in the screen where it's kind of like wavy or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's very distracting.
In fact, Varnish just mentioned is like smart. They're trying to make smartphones into flip phones again.
It's all good.
Yeah, I know. Like I saw that phone too, because they have a Galaxy Fold, like the big one, and then the small one that folds like an old school flip phone. But it's all screen, so it folds down the middle of the screen, you know, long ways. It's back
Yeah,
to the middle.
I've seen them.
And it has the same problem where you can see in the middle where it folds, like you can see kind of see the indentation.
Yeah, they
in-
want those things to just be. They want them to be tablets and phones at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the big one, you know, the one that opens up like a book. I could see where that would be useful.
Healing.
But the other one that goes the other way, like that one has less utility to me than the big giant folding one. Because it seems like if you want a foldable screen, you're gonna want your phone to be as big as shit. You know what I mean? Like you're buying it for a big, so you can have the capability of having a big giant screen. And it just seems like the tiny one that folds long ways seems to defeat that purpose. It's like, who's this phone for? You know, like who's gonna buy this one just when they can buy the big ass tablet book one
Yeah.
instead? But yeah, I'm so sick of Samsung phones though, man. Like I swore I would never get another iPhone, but since work is paying for it and I have to use it for work, I figured I would just get the same thing everybody else has got. So
Hey man, at least you're not paying for it, or is that? So.
that's
For
true.
the
I'm
upgrade.
not paying a damn dime for this, so it's
You
all
know who
good.
else is upset over Galaxy phones?
Who's that?
MAGA morons, because Trump's Truth Social got dropped from the Google Play
Oh yeah, from
Store.
the Google Play Store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they get dropped from Apple as well? Didn't Apple?
Not yet, but Google apparently has stricter standards, so they dropped that shit. And so I guess those morons gonna be hold those L phones, Liberty phones.
I'm pretty sure Apple either has dropped. Like I don't think they ever got on to Apple because I think Apple was like, no, you guys fuck off. Like I'm pretty sure they don't have an app on Apple either.
It doesn't help that the company that was supposed to buy Truth Social is under investigation to begin with, and then Trump himself, who's supposed to be the draw of Truth Social, is also under a ton of fucking political and criminal investigations. Matter of fact,
Still on there.
by the time they get around to like being able to buy Truth Social,
not
Trump
worth
might
anything.
be in some deep shit.
Yeah.
So
Worse.
it's
Already looking bad
just
right
just
now.
looking from the outside in, it's a bad investment.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man.
Appreciate
Kevin Dunes is on it, man.
Yeah, fuck him. But you know that cow though.
Exactly.
If the cow starts posting, I'm there.
And man, the cow milks all those installs.
Actually, the funny thing, the cow did try to post, and they banned the cow. They banned the cow like the first day it made
What's
an
that
account.
power gauge?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
I
did.
think the cow's still there. And then,
I'm sure
The cow's
there's tons of bots and dummy accounts there. But,
oh, the actual main account, the Kevin Dunes cow, is still there. But yeah, but still on. As of now, it's still on the Apple Store, so Truth Social. So
yeah, that it's another right-wing social media platform that's going down in flames.
Yep.
And I'm
like
here
most
for
of
it.
them.
I forget when it happened.
Great.
It might have been happening. It might have happened like when Biden was elected, but my news app, unfortunately, for a long time, ended up was getting a lot of news in quotation pieces from the National Sentinel.
Yeah.
So every time I saw it, it just irritated the shit out of me every single goddamn time. And then after a while, when all the companies basically dropped all the pro mega fascist accounts and all those servers and stuff like that, I never saw the National Sentinel ever again.
Could
But
make a birdie.
Dollar, how you can support Doc Brandon?
Don't rush it.
Yeah.
Sloping
The
up.
Dark Brandon meme is so stupid.
It is stupid.
Like much like most conservative beings.
But I
No, that's not a conservative meme. That's a fucking meme that the.
it started out as a conservative meme because they
really?
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go
so-
Brandon with the conservative.
yeah, it started with
Well, I
Let's
know
Go.
Let's Go Brandon, but I think the Dark. I thought I've never seen Dark Brandon be used in any context other than a favorable one.
Well, see that's the thing is that it got turned into a favorable meme, but it started with conservatives, because whenever Biden would do something that the fucking right didn't like, they would call him Dark Brandon and say he's trying to destroy democracy, and they photoshopped the laser eyes on him and everything, and then I don't know who started it, but someone on the left just hey, let's just fucking own this meme and turn it into something positive, and that's kind of what they did. So it's just internet stupidity being born from internet stupidity.
That's being used as a political weapon.
Yeah.
Good.
Matter of fact,
Nice
I think that when he gave that speech the other night, I think they when they made the background dark and red, I think they did that on purpose.
That was. I did not like that. That was stupid. I mean, I know it doesn't mean shit really. It's just a fucking color. But I mean, let's just give the right wingers one more easy target.
It's par
I mean, he's a target regardless.
Yeah, I know, but just another stupid thing for them to bitch, moan, and hit him about. Oh my
Yeah,
god, it
you-
looked
like-
he looked
One
weird.
extra.
Yeah,
thing.
you couldn't just be normal and do it in a normal room. You had to make the background dark and the lights red just to play into the meme.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that was stupid.
You know what they should have done, Mao? They should play that music. What's the Tropic Thunder? Satan's Alley.
Yeah.
Well done.
Speaking of which, getting that spin-off.
Well,
Supposedly.
the link I retweeted just mean
Nice shot.
it's
sorry.
rumored that they're working on a new script. And since we're here, I guess I'll bring up the question again. Does anyone think that it'll keep its comedic teeth?
Probably not.
No.
It's
Is it going to be as racist as it was? Is it going to be as insensitive as it was? Because let's not forget about Simple Jack.
Yeah, definitely not.
Oh, definitely not. Robert Downey Jr. himself just said it. I think we were talking to Joe Rogan a couple of years ago. It's like, yeah, you will not be able to make Tropic Thunder nowadays. Because that shit, people will bitch about it, even though they lose the context. People were bitching about it
Amazing.
a decade after it came out. How racist the movie was by not knowing the fuck
Yeah.
they were trying to
Yeah,
Well,
because
this goes beyond that movie, but humor is always very
subjective. Yeah.
well. that too, but it's also very sensitive at the times.
It is. It
Like,
is. It is very. It's reflect. It is very reflective of the times
Jokes
that it's
40
created.
years ago don't work today.
Yeah.
True.
Like there are some
But-
that do live, most of them do not.
Yeah, but the people that was whining about Robert RDJ's blackface missed the whole point of the joke, because like the joke, like the movie was pointing out how ridiculous that Hollywood thought that that was okay, and like that was that was the whole point of him being in blackface. But like,
Yeah, because audiences nowadays are the enemy of content.
yeah.
If
Hello there,
you-
Vardis.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I had to jump in because I'm like, I don't want to type out my argument for this conversation. I gotta actually.
No,
put words in
perfectly
this.
fair. It's a good.
But like the whole Chopper Thunder thing, that joke works because of the context that they give you for it. Even the joke at the end of I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Like.
No,
Like-
the best line. What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Yeah. Like no matter how much, no matter how much context you try to give a comedic situation, the audiences of today are just not gonna listen to that context because they just say, well, no, you just said the word straight out right, therefore that's what you mean. It's like no. That is not the purpose of the words being printed on this script.
Well, the problem is like a lot of people take things literally. So
Exactly.
so the fact that you're doing something like that, they get the impression so you're saying it's okay by just doing it. So it's
Like
basically
someone
what it
saying,
comes
it's
down
like
to.
someone putting a tweet on quote unquote, but not really realize the context, especially if you read something rather than actually.
Oh, people don't even know the reason. Like, people don't even know the reason of why we say "quote unquote." We say "quote unquote" on certain things because that's to say, I'm not saying this. I am just putting
Quoting some-
words.
Coding
quoting
some
what-
asshole.
Yeah, quoting some asshole that I do not believe it, but I gotta say what he said because I need to give you the context of what the dude said.
Which is why a lot of times I usually say his words, not mine.
Yeah,
I put the quote unquote in my tweets if I'm paraphrasing something or actually phrasing something.
yeah. Like people think that the pundits use the quote unquote to try and be try to use satire. It's like no quote unquote is to give you the context to the satire.
Yeah, it'll if it actually happens, it'll be interesting to see
Yeah,
where they take
and
it.
and the movie, supposedly the focus of the movie is Les Grossman himself. The actual Hollywood studio head or producer. I forget what his actual job was, but the dude who basically ran it. Yeah. So it's more of a story about the dude who like greenlights all of these these projects and is only interested in making the biggest profits that you can make. Even the situations like with Warner Bros. How they're canceling all these projects and saying, "Oh well, if we just take them off as tax write-offs, we made the money back." Like I think he even said that about the Tropic Thunder situation, where he's like, "Yeah, no, we'll just leave him out there with the terrorists, and we'll just take the whole thing as a tax write-off, and you'll get your jet."
Yep. So the movie's still ahead of its time in that context too.
Yeah. And like the whole like point of that character was basically Tom Cruise playing into his Hollywood asshole, because back then
Asshole executive.
yeah but like even like before Tropic Thunder came out
Relax.
Tom Cruise was getting a lot of shit for being like just that guy back there that was being hard to work with. Was constantly yelling at people who were,
Like
just
Christian
were being,
Bale?
To be fair, nothing's changed. It's just the
15.
just
It's a par 3.
Right.
him yelling at
But-
people hasn't changed. It's just the reasons he does it.
Yeah, but even then, it was the idea of that Tom Cruise is an asshole, and then the whole Scientology thing was getting a lot of traction,
Great shot. Nice shot.
and so he
All right.
in his publicist's eyes, and he was not earning a lot of
Nice
a lot of
shot.
public interest.
Thanks.
Yeah. So him doing Les Grossman was basically him, you know, putting the clown face on himself and just saying, "Hey, look at me! I'm the Hollywood asshole." Is it this what I'm like? Real, you know, basically, you know, he roasted himself.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things even Tom Cruise, that most of the time he wants to do, like, you know, the lead protagonist role rather than be the unlikable antagonist asshole. So this is like the closest thing he ever did to that.
To be fair,
Yeah,
most actors that when you have like a $20 million paycheck, they want that.
Yeah.
Yep, although
And-
some actors also want to play villains, so just try to play a different role too. But you know, it depends on the actor in that case. So.
Yeah, it's like real people.
For acting
It
purposes.
depends on the person.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, I think even Tom Cruise has said like for the last 10 years that like he would love to do even a role like Les Grossman again, just to, you know, flex the flex the funny bone, as I think he called it.
I got a question for everybody.
Yeah,
If you've seen Collateral, if you've seen Collateral with Tom Cruise, who do you think is the lead in that movie? Jamie Foxx or Tom Cruise?
So, I can't remember if I've seen that movie or not. I feel like I have, and I just don't remember
not
any-
seen it.
I just don't
I think
remember
I've seen it
anything
in
about
parts.
it. So
I think I've seen it in
I
parts.
couldn't really answer that question.
Collateral is a movie where Tom Cruise has to go kill a bunch of people because he's a hitman, technically. He's very effective at it. So he hires out Jamie Foxx as like a taxi, because he's a taxi car driver, right?
Sloping down.
So he
Right.
says,
A break
so
to the
he
right.
at first says like, "Hey, how much to buy the taxi for?" And then he doesn't realize until he kills his first dude what he got himself into. And Tom Cruise basically holds him at gunpoint, like, "You're with me for the whole night."
Uphill, maybe.
Yeah, see, I feel like I remember it. I feel like I've seen it. I just don't remember anything about it.
Well,
Yeah.
it feels like
I-
something I would have watched.
Yeah, it feels the same. I've seen, if only like I haven't seen the whole movie, but I think I've seen it in parts, like just, you know,
Just relax.
me-
on a TV randomly, because it sounds familiar.
there's
Even that, or it happened in my real life job as a taxi driver. I don't know. I can't remember. I thought those
were
things
you-
out.
were you held at gunpoint before?
Not gunpoint, no, but
Okay, maybe not. You have?
but a colleague, another taxi driver in my town at one point was held at gunpoint. He got robbed. But yeah.
Could make a birdie.
Oh, I got I got something interesting to share that you guys
That
are.
breaks left.
You're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" So, I think it was Wednesday night. Apparently, in my apartment complex, some dudes managed to fucking break into 30 different cars in a single night. Thankfully, my car was not among them because I don't keep shit in my car anyways. But yeah, someone went on a fucking crime spree last night in my neighborhood. Not last night, Wednesday night.
Huh.
Like I didn't find out about it until I walked outside my door to go to work, and then I saw the cops outside and like all the broken glass on the
Careful.
on the road, not the road, parking lot.
Nice shot.
Police come up to you asking you questions. It's like, "Hey, your car is very suspiciously not broken into. What's going on?"
No, well, I checked my car to make sure nothing no one had fucking touched it, and then I also checked my roommate's car, and his wasn't touched either, thankfully.
That's her.
Be fucked up if they broke your window and like, he doesn't have shit in here, but you have a broken window.
Well, considering they knocked up 30 cars in a single night without waking anyone up, I have to assume they cased the fucking neighborhood.
That's her.
They had to have cased it and knew which cars they wanted to hit.
They were smarter than those people in Enron's part of the world,
Nah.
where they kept coming back every night, and eventually someone got angry enough that they were gonna probably bring out a gun.
Yeah.
So they did. So these guys went the opposite route, where we're gonna just do the 60 seconds thing. We're gonna rob 50 cars in one night.
No, because they had to know what they were doing because they managed to remove, the windows were obviously shattered, but they removed the entire fucking window without setting off any of the alarms. Because most cars have alarms these days, and the cars that I saw that got hit were all new cars. It's not like they were junkers that you know that look beat up and shit. No, they hit like all new cars.
Go. That's literally gone in 60 seconds. The movie.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And they looked at Mascot and it was like, this motherfucker too broke to even have anything worth stealing.
How many guys must have took to do that then? There must have been quite a number of them. All those cars.
It had to have been maybe 5 to 10 of them. Any more than that probably would have drew suspicion.
No eyewitnesses.
Yeah. Because like I said, they knocked off 30 cars, and didn't they didn't wake anyone up.
Beautiful.
Like they skipped one clown car.
Very funny.
No. But yeah, I was like, man, that's. I mean, it sucks for the people that got hit, but I like. Some part of me is kind of impressed.
So here's a question: Are car electrical systems affected by EMP?
I mean, you would think. I mean, I don't personally know.
So good.
I'm just thinking, like, was there a way that they basically, made all the cars mute for the span of like 10 minutes while they went and cased everyone's car?
Yeah,
possibly. I was gonna say if they use an EMP, they would have fried to the car and try to steal them too.
Well, they weren't stealing cars; they were just breaking into the cars to steal whatever was inside.
I'm talking about like the computers or electronic devices. They probably would have fragged those too if they tried using EMP, because not the cars; it's a thing inside the cars that would have been affected by it.
That's
they're trying to steal electronics.
That's probably
That's not
true.
necessarily. That's also not necessarily what they're always looking for either.
Yeah, but most of the time, electronics usually pretty high on the list. Because, unless, outside wallets.
Well, people are looking for credit cards that are left in there, insurance, passports, security numbers, licenses. You get more money out of that than, actual, general electronics.
Yeah, but, those people like to leave laptops and stuff in the car off the door.
They're after that stuff, too. I'm not
usually, I'm saying
surprised.
most of the time it tends to be those kind of items. Usually.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that 30 cars got hit, because it literally takes seconds to get inside a car like that. They get a spark plug, they tap it on your window, and then once they break the window enough, they stick a crowbar in there and just pop the whole window out.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Like what they did is because the whole window was removed. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, they must have like physically pried those windows off.
That's how they do it. They get a spark plug, put it up against the glass, tap it with a mallet or a hammer of some sort, and that'll spider crack that safety glass, and they get a crowbar in there and pull the whole thing out.
Right.
And the thing about safety glass is that it mostly holds together, so they can pry the whole window out without getting too much shattered glass everywhere.
And making a whole bunch of noise.
Like literally under 30 seconds for each one.
Sloping up.
They do whatever, reach in there, grab whatever it is they're looking for, and then go on to the next one.
I never knew this, but if you touch the pad on the DS4, if you touch the pad, it gives you an overhead shot.
Oh yeah.
Hundreds of hours of this game, and I never knew that.
Jesus. Okay.
It was just
interesting.
It was just a revelation for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's a PS4 exclusive.
I was gonna say, man, Bob, did they hire Tyrone Biggums to do any of this shit?
I wouldn't know.
The crackhead strength steal the stereo.
Since I'm not since my car didn't get hit, I'm not involved. I'm not involved with any of the investigation, so I don't have any of the details. And in fact, the only reason why I know that roughly 30 cars got hit is through word of mouth, because one of our friends, his friend of his girlfriend or some shit, still lives in this neighborhood, and that's how he found out. And then I heard through word of mouth. But when they told me 30 plus cars got hit or whatever, I wasn't surprised about that. You don't just come in the middle of the night and just get 1 or 2 cars.
No. For sure.
Oh, by the way, I posted a clip from Collateral, that movie I mentioned. It's got Tom Cruise in it, but it's kind of the reason why a lot of people remember the movie for, because he basically just gun down a bunch of dudes super effectively, and it's very intense.
Yeah, I mean everybody knows that. Everybody knows that movie. More or less,
Yeah, for the-
Tom
for-
Cruise's performance.
Yeah, because he's super intense in that movie. He's
It's
like,
all good.
it's like scary, basically. That's why it's really good.
I'm gonna go back and lie down. I just want to come in for that Lesbos in a bit.
Yeah, it's fine. You're still sick, so yeah.
But Dalo, is it as intense as Les Grossman going off in Tropic Thunder?
It's all good.
I will fucking murder you. I'll get a fucking binding resolution on.
Yeah, you're talking about when he was yelling over the phone. Didn't he say like I will fuck you in the ass or some shit like that?
Now I can just think of
I just-
all I can think is Christian Bell when he lost it.
Yeah, but he was being just a dick though.
That's great.
Oh,
Christian Bale,
Bell or
yeah, Christian Bale.
well,
Yeah,
to
Christian
be fair,
Bale,
he had a reason for it. Like I don't know if anybody knows this. Like a lot of people got angry because of like some guy, like everybody knows about the he got angry because some guy ended up getting into the scene with him and they had to stop shooting and he went off on him. But
Amazing.
the guy he was yelling at did that multiple times and has a history of doing that. And he would
Oh.
screw up shots not just by walking on screen or messing with camera shots and stuff like that. He would literally shake the shot and make it look bad. He was a really awful person to
Oh.
work for.
I did
So-
not know that.
So the person he was yelling at had actually deserved it. And granted, that was something I learned years ago.
I don't think
Like,
he's done any other. I don't think I've heard any other kids with Christian Bale go out just outside that one asshole. Really, I think about it. So
He's
maybe
not.
Christian Bale
He's-
did that you heard more thinking of with other people rather than just one that piece.
It's
of
also
shit.
it's also the only time where it ever went public too. Stuff like that usually doesn't get too far off the end. Usually you'll hear things like it was just a very stressful moment to cover the scene. Is basically what it comes down to.
Now,
me.
now,
Yeah,
now,
but
now,
social,
now,
yeah, social media, anything is the only.
now, Tom Cruise's last outburst, that was well deserved, and he was eventually proven right too.
Well, he's also a producer, so he had every right to do that. So
Well, no,
Even-
the thing is that he said that they would get shut down because of COVID, and what happened? They got shut down because of COVID.
You also have to take into consideration the context of the moment too, which is that he already had a movie, which was Top Gun Maverick, that was basically in limbo.
Yeah,
So
Yep.
he wasn't making money off a movie that hadn't been released yet. So,
multiple delays too. With
and they made it back. They're good.
I mean, yeah, they made it back. Yeah, made $1 billion.
Finally made it
Made $1 billion in basically in a weekend.
Oh, by the way, Edrod, I told these guys already, but I watched Maverick last week, and by the end of the movie, I had noticed that my eyes were dry and irritated, meaning I didn't blink the entire time I had watched that movie.
I'm sure you did blink. You just didn't blink enough.
Probably.
I know his eyes are glued because he's enjoying that much. So.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
just-
I was
dude.
100% engaged with the entire movie.
Yeah, I mean that shit's awesome. It's like the best action movie I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot.
I was
that's
like,
what
yeah,
I'm
the
hearing.
action was pretty good. I think the moments for me that stuck with me the most is how they would actually just let a scene marinate and not just blow through lines, but they would just sit there in the moment and just let the scene play out.
Natural scene then.
Yeah,
I wasn't
Was
paying
that-
attention to that hard, but
I can't say anymore without ruining it because we already have people here that have not seen it yet.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So-
and we're we agreed we're gonna do it basically at the end of the movie, the end of the month. We're gonna
Yeah.
watch both movies, so I'm kind of committed to myself to not watching the movie until then, so people can have my first reaction for fun.
Mm-hmm. I'm keeping myself pure for it too. So
I wouldn't say I've gotten spoiled, but I have seen clips here and there
Okay.
because once the movies kind of got out, the usual places that would post short clips all appeared in my feeds on my YouTube. So I haven't
Well-
really watched anything though.
By the way, are we still doing both movies in the same night?
I'm pretty sure we're committed to that basically.
Otherwise, what would be the point?
Alrighty.
as a backup, I'll try and find
Good make
find a
a
copy
birdie.
of the first one. Shouldn't be too hard.
I mean, it's on freaking Prime, isn't it?
A break
No,
Not
in the
anymore.
road.
I said I watched it like before it left Prime because I was in the mood for it, and when I tuned in for it, it like gave you it gave me a counter, and I looked at the date. It was like, oh, so this is only here until like September 1st.
Oh, I think it may be on. I think it's on Netflix now, isn't it? Because
I would
think-
doubt that.
I saw
I'm gonna
I
check.
saw it on Netflix at one
saw
point.
a
I don't know
tile
if it's
for
still
it.
there.
I saw a tile for it on one of the streaming services I watched
I'm checking
just
it
the
now.
other day. I wonder if it's Netflix. I think it's on Netflix.
It was on
Also,
Netflix.
no,
I will say.
Not on Netflix. Not on American Netflix, anyways. I'm sure if I used my VPN, I could probably find it on like I don't know, UK Netflix or some shit,
It shouldn't. Yeah.
A break
or
with the right.
Canada Netflix maybe.
I will say when I had Netflix, which was a while ago, it was on Netflix. It was on Netflix. I will say that.
Well,
I don't know. It's
Currently-
probably not there anymore.
currently
So,
it's not there. So like I said, as a backup, I will find a copy.
Is it reason to go look for? Well, it's on Paramount Plus, so there you go.
Oh, does any of us have
Good
Paramount
make a
Plus?
Enron does.
No,
I think
Sobro
I-
does.
A break
Well, of
to
course
the
he
right.
does. He watches Star Trek.
I got
Well-
to do Lower Decks.
Well, I say Enron has Paramount Plus because like don't
sports.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
for-
I do. Yeah.
A break
for sports and things like that, so he would have it.
Nice birdie. Careful.
You know what really sucks about getting a new phone? Having to transfer all your fucking apps over.
Yeah,
and
it
contacts.
it definitely does not feel like your
Contacts
phone.
are easy. Contacts are easy. Like that, it just comes in automatically now. Like all you have to do is just back it up to fucking your Gmail or whatever, and then that's it. You just log in with your Gmail on your phone and just download the contacts from there. That was easy as shit. Getting all these apps and having to log back into and try and find all my passwords.
Oh, yeah. Yep, and settings. I think you have to readjust settings too, I think. I could be wrong.
Well,
But that's a transfer over automatically.
no,
Transfer automatically. You have
but-
to add that shit by hand.
By the way, I missed Varnus's comment about
Hold 18.
Tom Cruise. He
It's a
said
par five.
he definitely made his money back since he got that huge bonus for the 1 billion box office.
yeah,
Probably the
basically.
contract too, especially you get paid more, especially being the big producer on it too.
Well, his paycheck, if I remember right, basically states that he gets a percentage of the gross.
Instead of upfront.
Yeah, as opposed to
Cash
getting like
payment.
paid like $20 million or $40 million or something like that, he gets like I forget what his cut was, but it was a percentage of the overall gross.
I'm sure he realized there was enough nostalgia there to where Maverick would do well, even with all the fucking delays.
I was gonna say he probably happy for the director too, because that's the guy that kind of brought his movie career back in the past like 5 years. So
That's why he fought so hard for it to have a
Amazing.
featured screen, like a movie screen, like a premiere, because if it went straight to streaming, he wouldn't get any money
Yeah,
from the
he wouldn't get shit.
contract. So there's reasons why he actually did do that.
do we know someone named Mystic?
I don't. Mystic, if you're talking, we
Not-
can't hear you.
Oh, you mean in Discord?
Yeah,
In Discord, yeah, I'm not familiar with Mystic. I see some
Beautiful.
Japanese characters.
Japanese. I think it's Japanese.
It's Japanese. I can't speak. I can't speak it, but I at least recognize some of the
I
characters.
can't tell, sometime between kanji and some Chinese characters. That's why. So
I can sometimes tell them apart.
sometimes, yeah, but this one I'm not sure. Likely it's Japanese. So but,
It's Japanese.
okay, yeah, I'm
So good.
not familiar with Mystic, so that's.
Well, his mic is muted, so.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry about that.
Hey, Mystic.
All right.
Careful of the gauge.
We can hear you now clearly, so just so you know that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just plugged in my headset.
How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. I was just actually in the mood to watch some old school Gundam Thunderbolt, trying to find a good quality I'm trying to find any way of watching it. Actually, like it's such a great show. I'd love to even just buy the Blu-ray, but like I don't know who ships it to Canada. I can't seem to find it on Amazon or anything, and so that's like my little treasure hunt for
Is
this
it
evening.
not on Gundam Info?
Well, I think
it goes in and out a lot of times.
Well,
so.
the other
Yeah.
problem with Gundam Info is that if I remember right, it's only 720p,
Oh, well, that sucks.
yeah.
which is
That's
basically
exactly.
which is now considered standard definition on YouTube.
Oh,
It is. It's not listed as HD anymore. So just because like now the new standard is 1080p, which was what 720p used to be, and 4K, which is now. Wow, you hit the tree.
You can get it from Right Stuff. Right Stuff does deliver to Canada, so if you want to get the
It's not
get the
on.
Blu-rays.
It's not on North American Netflix, and since I'm streaming, I cannot start up my VPN and check Canadian Netflix.
Yep. So if you want Gundam Thunderbolt, you can probably order from Right Stuff. So they do ship to Canada. So
Okay, cool. I think I've ordered something from Right Stuff in the past, like years ago.
So good.
So let's take a look here. Yeah, it's on Right Stuff.
I've definitely seen it on Right Stuff during some of the sales.
$20.99, which basically would be probably like 30 Canadian, essentially.
Yeah,
not bad.
like I think almost all the Blu-rays should be all the Gundam Blu-rays should be on
You're
Right
the
Stuff.
slowest. Watch out.
Give it in there. Owned
Okay,
by
I was gonna wonder. For a minute there, I thought that was me, Boss Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
see-
what I thought it was you too. I was like, oh, I'm going. Okay.
Even on Right Stuff, they have the two films. They have December Sky and Banded Flower, but I don't know where the 8 episodes are. Like even these guys, I don't know that they have the whole.
I
series.
mean, you're better off watching the compilation because the ONA version is kind of pointless because the compilations add more content.
Oh really? Is
yes.
that what they did?
Yes, the first movie it actually has an epilogue compared to because the original broadcast version did not have the epilogue, especially the final battle. So you're better off getting December Sky rather than the original episode count. So
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Nice.
yeah, it left off on a moronic cliffhanger because I read some of the manga too, and the original ONA did not conclude properly, and so the compilation did. I have not seen Bandit Flower, so I cannot comment on that. But I know that you're better off getting this December Sky.
Well,
they add stuff there.
Well, they kind of realized after Twilight Axis they couldn't get away with the episode format that they were doing.
Well, Twilight Axis was actually a last-minute project compared to an actual, like properly planned thing like Thunderbolt. So
I still don't think it was a good idea. I just never agreed with Gundam Thunderbolt's like very short like episode count.
let's say at least a movie version,
well,
like
shot.
made things better. So
Sloping down.
That is a terrible shot
To
right
the
there.
right.
It is.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Like, I just wish there was more of it, but it's a fun show.
I'm personally not a fan of it. The animation's nice and all, but the story and characters are pretty awful.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. It's pretty wishy-washy.
It looks nice. It looks nice. I'll admit that much. Yeah, even though
It has
all the goddamn mobs look like they're held by toothpicks together.
But they look so
does have-
cool though. The mechanical designs are so cool.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
I mean,
I dig
that's,
'em.
I think
It
that's
looks so
literally
awesome.
I think that's literally like the big appeal of that show, that incarnation of Gundam, is that the mechanical designs are so detailed.
Yeah, there's so much detail, and especially like the high mobility Psycho Zaku, and like if you like all the grimy, grungy details, like it's a beauty, man. There's some beautiful suits in that show.
I mean, there was a meme that went around is like if you want your dirty, old, grimy, like cynical men,
Could make a birdie.
this was the show for you.
After
Sign me up.
080. After 080. Yeah, and if you also want edge, all edge, no substance, this is for you.
Yeah, it's very
Only
much
chance here.
fairly deep in that camp. I'll give you that. All edge, no substance.
I mean, the most entertaining part of Thunderbolt to me was that part where that you see that first-person kill shot of the Gundam killing, doing like a slasher scene from a horror movie.
I mean, that's kind of like the most famous, the most famous moments in that whole show.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why everybody kind of remembers it.
I love that big gun Zaku. Like that's such a cool. It's such a cool design. Like these units that just like camp out on asteroids, and have these giant cannons. That's cool. That's pretty neat.
That's based off a pre-existing design. It's just they changed it up for that. So that does exist together. It's just more stylized for Thunderbolt. So
It's all good.
I will say, like, I did feel like, what was it, the high mobility, like the fully armed Gundam. What was it called? God damn it.
Full Armor Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, like I felt bad for the Gundam. Because it was so, like, this is the only time I ever felt this. Like, it was so pretty. I felt bad that it got punked at the end.
I mean, that's still better than how the Wing Gundam was treated from the title.
This is true.
Title mecha of the show.
This is true. This is definitely true. GG.
Remember, although to be fair, in Gundam Wing, the Gundam itself got its ass kicked in the opening as well. Which is, I cannot say that for any other Gundam opening that the main title Gundam got its ass kicked in its own opening. But yes, the Wing Gundam was treated like a bitch by its own pilot.
Unstoppable.
All right. GG's, guys. We did something we haven't done in a long time, which is 18 holes in one go.
And the Full Armor Gundam makes a amusing cameo in Battle Alliance. It's like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? Oh man, you guys, hey, listen to my music.
Well, so
Leon.
any case, do you guys want to switch over to multiverses and just see if we like it or not?
I'll stay in the chat for that. So I'll watch you guys play.
All right. So Mal, do you want to play some multiverses?
Oh shit, my thing was on mute. So, quick question: how many of us actually have multiverses?
Or who wants to play multiverses? That's the
Yeah.
question. Boss Johnson, do you
'Cause
want
I think it's
yeah,
just
I have it downloaded. I think it's up. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I think it's just us two, and then Enron, who's probably not interested in playing.
I mean, I will, but I'm trying to get this phone like fucking straightened out.
That's fine. I think Boss Johnson said he
Yeah, I've got it down. Yeah, I'm starting it up.
All right,
Go for it.
So
we'll just play
I was gonna suggest if it was just me and you, like if we didn't like have enough people to play, we probably could just switch over to Trivia Murder Party, because no one has to have anything downloaded, and everyone can just play.
Let's just at least play like a couple matches in multiverses, just how we feel it, and then we can go to that. How about that?
Okay, I don't mind bopping y'all with some innovation.
Well, we gotta try something, right?
Actually, I think I might have to run an errand. Hopefully, I'll be back within half an hour. So,
All right,
I'll be back. Hopefully.
all right. Let me switch the stream over real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. What was that PS Plus game that we were talking about? That was coming out.
Need for Speed.
Has anybody played that?
It hasn't dropped. Like I've looked into it a little bit. It hasn't dropped on PSN just yet. They're still running last month's games.
Yeah, I know.
Like a Dragon and Tony Hawk.
I haven't. I was just wondering,
yeah,
how's it
it's
operate?
okay.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it's actually